Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Back here with a update on the Orient Express. And in true fashion, I am doing more modifications than what I planned on. So of course, I'll bring you guys back, show you what I got going on. Nothing internally. I will say I absolutely love the interior detail of these cars. A lot of cool little things going on. And plenty of room to stage up your minifigures in there and all that. But first, we'll talk about what I've been modifying, and that is actually under the car. You guys can see I have the first car completely done. And literally the only modifications that I have done are to the undercarriage, and all it includes is the trucks, and then kind of the middle frame and appliance area here. So we'll start with the trucks. I actually went ahead and pre-built the undercarriage and the trucks for this car when I did this one, just that way I could remember what I was doing and I didn't have to try to dissect this one and see what I changed. The trucks overall, not a whole lot changed other than just a few color things. So as you guys can see here, they kind of use these handlebar pieces right here for some of the frame structure. I did that in black to kind of give the trucks a cleaner look. They felt a little too busy, and normally this stuff is painted all one color. This stuff here is completely not visible when it's attached to the car, so I used the brightly colored stuff where I could, and then made sure that nothing could be seen from the side. Another thing that I went and changed was the buffer area. So they're kind of using these little modified 1x1s with a little attachment portion on it. Those they give you in gold. I used black ones just to kind of clean things up a bit. Stuff like that. You know, if you want it to stand out and you want a little bit more exaggerated detail underneath the car to see, that's completely fine, but I wanted that kind of cleaner passenger car look, so did those in black, and then kind of changed up how I did my buffers on here. They have one of these little 1x1 little modified pieces here, and I ended up not doing that and using some silver 1x1 pieces. Used them in silver because on the real thing, these are kind of a silver cylinder that can be depressed in case of impact, and so I ended up doing those in silver. Extended them out a little bit. They were a little tucked too, for me, they were tucked too far under the car. They should stick out past the car frame a little bit. So there you guys can kind of see how far they stick out now. Before, they were kind of like way back in underneath here. So they stick out a little bit more, and then we put some 1x1 tiles over the ends of these to kind of smooth that surface, because this should be a really smooth surface. So just a little bit. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to get too crazy with the detail, just because this is kind of a more fun set, but definitely wanted my trucks for the passenger cars to look a little bit more prototypical, I would say. Like I said, all one color, and then just a little bit of silver on the parts that would be silver in real life. So other than that, the build was exactly the same. I still have a couple other colored parts that are like buried in here from the build. But I just made sure visually, once this is on the car, all you see is the black truck frame, and then the only thing that really stands out now is the silver on the cylinder for the buffers. So that was my first thing that I kind of wanted to change, and I knew I wanted to change these here to a black, and then kind of figure out the rest of it as I went. And then the undercarriage detail. Really cool that they kind of included it and added a little bit of detail, but I thought it could be a little bit better and fit a little bit nicer. So what I did was I extended it. So these See if I can get a good shot. So these supports here actually ended like back up in here somewhere, and I really wanted them to extend all the way out to the trucks to really show, give the car like it looks like it has some decent undercarriage support. And I was actually able to tuck those a little bit underneath the trucks, and the trucks clear it just fine. They don't hit on anything. Now, even if they did, that's not a problem for me. I don't have a track. I'm not going to run this. But just to keep the sake of these being completely free movable, I can turn the car upside down, and except for when I get to the buffers now, the truck can turn, but you know, I'm not going to have a track or anything for this to run on, so that was not a concern. But we extended this whole section and added like another box with some vents and stuff on it. You guys can kind of see what was originally included. It is upside down in this picture, but you can kind of see some of the detail that was included there. I kept that stuff. I ended up putting a 1x2 black tile over those studs to hide the studs. Kind of brought that out even with this too. Ended up extending it a whole 2x4 to do a 2x4 brick, and then with 2x2 tile, and then a couple 1x2 graded tiles. And I feel like that really kind of enhances the undercarriage of the car just enough. I didn't want to get too crazy and really build all of these tanks and appliances clear out to the trucks. I wanted to kind of still have this cool old school frame structure, just because these are supposed to be kind of a vintage, older style passenger car. But I feel like that looks way better. It's spanned out a lot more. You get more detail, and the whole bottom of the car is nice and black now, except for the silver on the cylinders for the buffers, which is how it really should be. I'm a model railroader. I've been a model railroader my whole life, and even an actual railroader. So railroading is in my blood, and I try not to get too detailed with the Lego stuff, just because I do have other actual detailed model railroad stuff. But just to kind of enhance these a little bit, make them look a little bit cleaner, a little bit more classy, and a little bit more filled out on the bottom. So I'm really happy with how that looks. Here's that pre-made section. See if I can avoid my glare here. So there's what I have now compared to what Lego originally had you build. So definitely fills out the bottom of the car more. It did feel like there was a lot of empty space, and like I said, these little supports here could be pushed way out underneath the trucks, and you could fill the space a little bit more. So same click-in techniques as how it is. It clicks in to two spots underneath the car there, and then those two pieces just plug into place on the bottom of that plate. But that's what I have came up with so far. Did not intend on doing that much on the passenger cars, but as I was kind of getting into it, I was like, well, you know what, I don't really like that. I'm going to kind of change that. So this is the story of my life. I don't plan on making many changes, and then I end up making quite a few changes. Pull the top off of this car so that way we can check out the interior. I love the interiors on these cars. Lots of stickers. Not a huge fan of doing that, like I said in the last video, but the interiors are super cool. I absolutely love this little bar area with a mirror and the little like jars of brandy or whatever you might have in there. Really cool stuff. Some of these murals, even though they are stickers, it is kind of a nice touch with some mirrored, and it even depicts an actual Lego piece, a couple of different Lego pieces on that, which is kind of neat. But the little bar stool, the tables, really cool stuff. And it looks really cool through the windows too. And like I said, there's a lot of room in there to stage up your minifigures however you please, which that's what I will be doing. I will be putting them on the train because I'm not really going to have much space for this anyway, so everything's going to have to be kind of compact. But I love these cars. They're huge. I'm not. It's been a really long time since I've had anything Lego train, so I kind of forget like how big the normal size of a passenger car is. But I love this scale. I love this size. You can get plenty of detail in there. Everything looks super nice. I love the dark blue and gold, super classy color scheme. Really nice. And like I said, with that little bit more detail on the undercarriage of the car, the blacked out trucks, I feel like all that really kind of makes the car look even more classic and beautiful. But like I said, if you want to accentuate, that's probably not even a word. If you want to make those little details look a little bit more visual, of course, use what Lego gave you. But like I said, I wanted a more cleaner, really refined passenger car look, and I'm happy with that. So the interior of this car is really cool. You got a like the master suite, and then a couple bunks with like a little board game. The little teeny cozy nook sink thing here with a mirror and a towel. That's really cool. I love how they use these old door pieces to kind of simulate towels. The bathroom with another mirror piece. And I do like how mirrored these stickers are. Actually gives you a mirrored look with that etching detail around it. Really nice touch. The floor in this bathroom's super cool. I love using tiles like that for actual tile floor patterns. Definitely cool. The toilet, which is really hard to see, but still integrated, really cool. Little toilet paper roll. And neat little cozy area there. You definitely have enough room to put a minifig in the bathroom, which is neat. But yeah, I love it. The little typewriter is really cool. I love these lamps. They're in the diner car too. These little teeny lamps are so cool. The mirror on this wall is super cool. How they took the time to think about what this mirror would actually be reflecting, and you get to see that through there. So I really, really like how they did that. That's really cool. These little like sconces on the sides. The bed is really nice. Love the detail. These bunk beds. Little newspaper on this one. There's even, it's kind of a real play feature, but you can pop this lower bed off, and there's a diamond in this chest underneath here, which is really cool. So a lot of little details. There's even some luggage that you build with this car, and it even has like a Jurassic Park Easter egg of the mosquito in the stone. So that's kind of cool. Not sure if they just included that for fun or if it actually has some meaning, but I know that's for the kind of playing on the Jurassic Park stuff. But cool little luggage, little top secret letter. I love this chest, much different from the old like kind of pirate chests that we had back in the day, which I think they still make them, but this is definitely a cool, neat, kind of modern chest style, or old school, but a little bit updated style. So definitely cool. We have some minifigures built as well, and of course the luggage carrier. We have a waitress. She has like the little towel and a glass that she carries, and of course you can clearly put whatever you want in their hands. I love this luggage guy who's sweating from carrying stuff around, and even kind of a cool little throwback to the old Lego transit system, their little logo on his outfit. I think that's pretty cool. This gal, she's clearly like a little writer. She's got a letter. We have an old man with a cane. For these kind of being the old school style of the yellow-faced figures, they are pretty cool. A lot of nice detail. This gal, she has a double printed head. See if I can get that off. So far, she's the only one. She has a nervous look, so I don't know if that's just kind of a universal head, or if you want to make her look nervous for some reason, you can, I suppose. But so far, she is the only one that has another face option. All of these other little guys and gals here, they only have one face. So, not really sure if that's, you know, if you want to do like a murder mystery, I suppose you could have her have kind of a nervous face or a worried face, but kind of neat. But yeah, really cool set so far, guys. I'm going to finish up this car, and then once I start working on the locomotive and kind of figuring out what I want to do for that, I will bring you guys back. But that's an update on the passenger car so far. Really cool. I love the set so far. Like I said, kind of got into a little bit more modification than what I planned on, but nothing too crazy. We're still chilling. We're still just building, enjoying the build. I love the diaphragms, how they built these diaphragms between the cars. Really, really wonderful stuff. Each car has these nice stickered murals in the walkways. Really nice touch. I mean, these cars are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful for a Lego passenger car. Really nice. So that's it for this video, guys. Like I said, I'll bring you back as soon as I get to something else exciting. So hopefully you enjoyed. And until next time, take care.